this is what a screw looks like, and they come in various sizes. You get shorter ones and longer ones. This is kind of a more longer one, and I always carry a longer one on my rack so I can do what's called a V-thread. And the concept here is I'm going to drill a hole with the screw going in into the ice on an angle, and then I'm going to take it back out, take the screw and put it in from the other side of the bulge to intersect that original hole I made. And then I'll bring a sling through, grab it, pull it through, tie it off, and keep going. And how that's done is, what's going to be helpful is trying to find a section of ice that's kind of bulbous, like a bulge, so I can come from one side, bring it through, come from the other side, and try to intersect that. So, how you start the screw is you just start these quarter circular motions to get it to stay. And then I can take my hand off and crank it through. Once it's started, I can flip this little lever on the screw and then just spin it, which makes it quicker. Tell this would be a good screw because it's giving me a continuous snow cone coming out. If it was to just like spit a little snow and then I hit an air pocket, you feel it like just spin through and then catch ice again. A small air pocket would be good, but a big air pocket, you wouldn't want that. So I would take it out and find a better location for it.
What's the reason you want your 2 anchors vertical instead of horizontal?
With plating off ice, you know, if you don't have any fracturing of the ice, that would be fine having them horizontal. But lots of times you can see even I started here and it started to crack. You could hear it cracking. And with 2 side by sides, you might get a better chance of that fracture happening. And you wouldn't want it that, you know, you to have 2 screws side by side and that plate to come off and you committed to it. So if you had one up high and down low and then just bring them down and equalize them, better chances of preventing that from happening.
I like woodworking.
Huh?
Like woodworking.
Yep. I've never worked with wood, but I am in.
Sure.
So they take that out. Knock out the ice. When you knock out the ice, you want to be careful not to try to break off this lever. And then don't bang on the points of the screw or the threads. But you can bang aggressively on the back side of it. Get all the ice out. Just blow it out. So I got my hole here. Sometimes by taking my V-thread, sticking it in there, I can kind of get a better eye. Boy, there's so many holes here, I can't tell which one is which. So I can get a better eye of how to hit this for the first, you know, the first try to intersect it. So I can just see by watching my original hole when I'm screwing my new one, when it intersects it, no reason to go any further because I've intersected the previous screw hole. I then will take it out. Knock out the ice again. What you don't want to do is, especially on wet ice, is leave that snow in there and then it freezes. Now that screw is going to be worthless for me until I'm able to thaw it out. Maybe put it in your coat to get it to thaw out if you need it to use later in the day, or just don't let that happen. If you were going to leave the V-thread for a rappel,
Ice.
So where this is handy is getting off a long face, like that climb Dale mentioned on 11300. We had to dig several of these to get down the mountain.
All you leave is a cord.
So yep, all you leave is a cord like this. We had our backpacks with the cord right there, so you can make your V-thread, pull off 18 inches of cord, slice it off, thread it, put it in here, and then thread your rope right through here and go ahead and rappel down. You would normally not want to thread, you would never want to top rope, remember, top rope through a cord. You'd want to have your carabiners through there because the friction of top roping through a cord will burn through here and then your anchor is going to fail and have a serious accident.
But you can rappel rope on rope like that?
Pardon?
You can rappel rope on rope like
Yep,
that?
because they're both stationary. They're not going to be sliding back and forth. So that's okay if it's not going to cause that friction.